Survivors we are, survivors we are. Are you ready for the journey? Clones Karim is the name, yes indeed, survivors we are.
Hi, Kranz Karim here. I hope you're well. Now, over the last few days, we've been talking about living with an autoimmune disease or digestive disorder, or indeed any kind of issue, and then you'll find certain key things helping you, or you living with certain things in order to continue either be with or not understand. I mean, that sounds a little bit crazy, but that's pretty much where we've gone with this. We talked about grieving over the life you once had to where you are today and being okay with it, just owning it, feeling too tired to get involved in things, wondering if food might make you sick. Loneliness we covered in a two-parter over the last few days. Today I was supposed to talk about relationships and the difficulties of perhaps dating as well, but I believe with what I've been through, that's going to be like a 7-parter, 10-parter, 30 days. It's a big one, that, and even I'm suffering from how I'm going to do this, so I thought I'd leave that one till last. But today I'm going to touch on feeling excluded, even though there is one before that, and that's like having to research what you've got and sort of being an advocate for yourself. So today I'm going to be talking about the feeling excluded. Now, the feeling of exclusion itself is not easy, especially when everyone's getting on with their lives and everyone's trying their, just moving forward, and you seem stuck where you are because you're having to deal with your own issues, but also wanting to be part of it. So after a while, either you get to that point of jealousy or resentment, but it's not a nice place to be. It was 2000, no, well before that. Let's say 99, 2001, 2002, that kind of period. So each year, me and my group of friends used to decide where we're going to go or where we're going to hang out. So they began, I think one of the journeys was, it wasn't too far, it was only Manchester. But at the time, I knew that my condition would play up and how it would be awkward for me, and actually the journey itself might be tough. So I turned that down. And then the following year, it was about, I think they all went to Liverpool, watch a football match, stay somewhere. And I thought, I can't, that's going to be a little bit difficult for me. And then it went to something even greater. It went to Canada. Everyone went up to Canada. And then the year after that, everyone went to Dubai. And I thought, you know what? I do feel like I'm being excluded from these events, not from them, but from myself. So that 2003, everyone decided, my little group decided, we're going to go to Mauritius, hire a car, hire a chalet, circuit the whole of the country, enjoy that time together. And I thought, you know what, enough's enough. I reckon I can do this. Let's do it. But again, with a group of friends, it's nice. There's moral support, and you don't feel so bad when you've got the right company. But I did find it tremendously difficult. It was tiring. It was exhausting. Anyone that's fit, willing and able will be able to do anything, anytime, and decide what to do. When you're not so well, you've got to rely on your, again, I use the word adrenaline kicking in, where suddenly you're invincible. You can do anything you like, but you pay the price. So we did Paris that year, we did Mauritius that year, but it took me a long time to come back to a better place physically. Even my diet, my stomach, the whole lot, it was very, very difficult. But it took the experience of having to do it to actually say, no, you're not being excluded. There's some things you can't do. At least that was the experience in my head at the time. But anyway, as we move forward, and I was just chatting to my friend earlier on about weddings and stuff, when I go to a wedding, I find that I can't eat the food that they serve, especially from my culture. It's always Indian food, it's always spicy, it's always way OTT. I mean, I don't go to enjoy the food, literally I go to enjoy the company. So I got used to ordering food, turning up to a wedding, and people knew that I had my condition and there's certain foods I can't have. You can't always cater for everyone. You're there, you're inviting people to the event, you can't always cater for everyone. You try your best, but such is the case. So I got to the point where I would just bring my food along or order something as I'm doing it. And so the story came out that during one of the weddings we'd gone to, there was pictures with the bride, there was the dancing with the bride, there was events with the bride. There was so much stuff going on prior that you could smell the food that was about to be served, but no one got fed for a few hours, and my food had already arrived. But I thought, you know what, I'm starving. I know what my Crohn's is like. I'm just going to crack on with it, which I did. So I'll get very used to taking care of my stuff. So it did come to the point where it's a balance. Sometimes you might feel like you're being excluded, but on the other side, you can have more than what everybody else has. Right? The key to exclusion is preparation. If you feel like you're going to be excluded for something, ask yourself, can I prepare myself to be included in that particular thing? Yes, it can be done. When you live with something for long enough, you find that you're better prepared, more equipped. As the case for having the bag, you're always carrying supplies and glues and pads, and if you don't, you pretty much know how to MacGyver your way into having the right thing. So when something does come to you, it's about how you feel of that situation, not necessarily exclusion. So preparation is the key before the thought of exclusion rears its ugly head. Bye for now. Corim out.
Survivors we are.